Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. It is Thursday. It is noon Central Time. That means it is time for Dispatching Live, where we're going to look at the load boards. We're going to talk about dispatching. If you're a carrier, if you're a dealer, if you're a broker, you are welcome to join us. Please do join us. And there's a lot to talk about. There are dispatching logistics issues. There's trouble getting hold of loads, trouble getting hold of people with the wrong idea about their expectations of what actually happens in transport. There's a lot to talk about. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and, after you leave a like, please do leave a like and share the show. You can click share, click copy, grab that YouTube link. We're going to be live for 90 minutes. And I know that you know somebody that you either want to share information with them, you're not alone in the problem that you're having, and you want this stuff to get cleared up. Let's talk about it, let's share it, and let's help. That's the goal. We want to be helpful, and we want you to. Here's what you could do: go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, tap somebody on the shoulder, tell them to go become an ATI insider, talk to Ty, get on the email blast, join us on the shipping roundtable next month. Let us know what you want to talk about, because we are building a community and we appreciate it. And as part of the community, please do jump into the live chat, say hello. Mic check 1 2 3. And you know what? We've also got Sue in here. Sue, we got Kyle Carpenter is chomping at the bit for some information, which is really cool. So, hey, Sue, how are you doing today?
I am doing fine. How about you?
Oh, pretty good. You're up on Super Load Board, I see.
Oh, yeah, I am. Sorry.
Doing
I was
what?
getting a driver ready to go.
Yeah, no, I heard you're very busy. What are you busy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, of course, aren't we always?
Right? Duh.
Yes, it's going to be one of those days, I think.
Oh man, and we've got so
So,
much news. You've shared so much in the past week.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on for sure.
Yeah. So, all right, well, let's jump into the live chat. And then we'll and before we do, I just want to know, I
St.
always want to know
Albans.
right away, what's our central dispatch
Uh-huh.
capacity? How are we doing?
Oh, we are at 50,720, so it's gone down about 7,000.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, it's gone down. I mean, that's pretty good jump from last week, to be honest with you, but
That is
we'll see
big.
what it rolls out by the end of the week, what's on there. Now, Kyle, I believe, sent me an email.
Oh, okay,
I
cool.
just hadn't had time to respond to him yet.
Okay.
Um, so
Wow, he's
I
been
think he
binge
wants to
watching.
stay.
Kyle's been
Yeah,
binge
and
watching the channel. Wow, that's so
yes.
neat. We're like Netflix.
um, Now he says he can carry 15,000 pounds
Okay.
on his 3-car wedge.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, Kyle, what are you rated for? Period. I guess are you have a CDL, that kind of thing. These are the questions I was going to send you an email back for, by the way. Um, he also said that he wants to stay fairly regional and be home every few days. I'll just be honest with you, Kyle. I don't do that. I'm out. You're out for a week at a time with me. So um, if you want to work with something like that, I can definitely help you. By regional, I'm not really sure what if you're meaning just like New Jersey, New York. The problem with that is you're going to deal with a lot of tolls in New Jersey and New York, if that's what we're talking about. Um, and, and a lot of delays. And that's the problem with New Jersey and New York. You're dealing with traffic. A lot of the stuff goes to warehouses, so you have to wait for hours to get in there. I just honestly, for even when they're paying $1 a mile, that's not worth it to me or for my other drivers who had tried doing this. They did not like it. In fact, they pulled their hair out by the end of the day, because some of those warehouses up there, you have to make an appointment for. And if you're not there for that warehouse, you have to wait till the next day. Or we've shown up and we've had an appointment and they don't have room for us and make us wait till the next day or go to another location. So now if you're talking same thing, if going down to Maryland, Virginia, that's a little bit further. Maryland's got a lot of tolls out there too. I would recommend more like Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky kind of thing. And then, you know, I don't know about running in and out. We'd have to kind of look and see on the board what that looks like. In fact, maybe we should pull that up right now and kind of see what Vermont looks like. And I'm just going to put up, because Vermont is right next to, you know, you got Boston, you got all that. I mean, they're really tiny states. So you're going to run more than just Vermont, I guess is the way to put it. And Connecticut and Massachusetts and Rhode Island are full of Coparts and IAs, which is also usually not the funnest thing to do because sometimes you wait for hours there for pickups. So let's just pull up right now. Let's pull up Vermont.
And while she's bringing up the search, so that's the thing is that right now Kyle's like, wait a minute, what happened? So because there's a couple different tracks we run here. So on Dispatching Live, we're giving you the dispatcher's take. Now,
right.
Without we've done that, we're going to keep doing that. We're going to do that for 90 minutes. But Ty, Cars on the Move, is in the live chat. Ty has a different track of conversation, which is going to the auto auction, making relationships. So we're going to show you both at the same time, which is, well, that's what we do here.
So I'm going to pull up. I'm not sure how far he's wanting to go. I'm assuming if he wants to be home every couple of days, we're not going very far. So how about if I pull up Maryland, Virginia? Yeah. Virginia.
And I always let Sue drive the route search because she is the pro, seasoned pro. And if you're joining by podcast,
Maryland, Virginia first.
I just want to say if you're on podcast and you hear moments of silence, it's because we're working. But thank you for joining us.
I'm also going to pull up. And then I'm also going to pull up Ohio, Kentucky, and Michigan as a separate way so we can look at both places, if that makes sense. So let me see if I got them all up here. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go Michigan.
Oh, hey, he does have a CDL. All right.
Yes, I saw that. Good. Michigan,
and that's and one of the reasons that you might have seen the yellow card.
Just do Michigan and Ohio.
It's okay to not have a CDL, but dispatchers, they hate that.
I have it up.
Yeah, just if you don't have a CDL, don't go to Minnesota. That's all I got to say.
Is your guy still there, or did he get out of there?
No, he got out of there. He actually, a guy rode with him over there, drove him out of there. And from what I understood from several people that made comments, I guess that place was a brand new place and they pull over people left and right. It's just like a regular thing. So that's
You're right. It's a regular thing. Oh, I love how we're all in this together. Thanks, officer.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So let's look at.
And on that note, did you see there's actually an article about like they're trying to get rid of ticket quotas, which is hilarious because for the longest time everybody's like, oh no, there's no ticket quotas. Oh yeah, well now there's a news article about stopping ticket quotas. So where were you on that one?
All right, so this is Virginia Beach. That might be too far, but as you can see, I mean, these loads are going to pay $1 a mile out of there. If they're not, they're probably not worth doing.
I know it's crazy.
So
there were so many
looks like we got something for, and if you're brand new, some of these people you won't be able to haul for yet. We'll have to work that out for you. Here's a 3-pack going down to Arlington, which isn't bad.
Oh my God. It only took... I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, just wait till you get to the 5th load because I get to party.
The other Montway. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So is that the same car? No, it's not.
Wait a minute. So let's read before I go crazy. Where's Glover, Vermont? Is it nearby?
I don't know. Let's check.
Yeah, I mean Vermont's not that big, so.
Well, yeah, that's true. Come on.
But if we're talking like a stone's throw from Canada, then I get to party.
Burlington.
Yeah, Burlington to Glover. And you know, everybody's like, oh no, he's going to do it again. He's going to spray champagne over the cubicle wall. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I love it. That guy with his coffee on his desk sitting out there changed my mind. That's me. I'm that guy. No way.
Well, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. 79 miles, but it is almost to the border. You're right.
Do I get to party or do I have to wait?
Well, and where's he out of? He is out of...
Here, I'll tell you what. I almost get to party because here's the thing: is Glover is backwards from if you're picking up in Burlington going to Virginia. Guess what? Glover's behind you.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
All right, I'll save it. People are like, "What's he talking about?"
Where is he out of?
You know, I'm talking about actual pickup.
His car put on here, St. Albans. St. Albans. He's out of St. Albans. Let's see. I'm not really familiar with Vermont. I've done a lot of Connecticut.
I see it. It's north. Check. Okay, I see it. St. Albans City. It's north. All right,
so that's probably not.
But it's still. I'll bet it's still 2 hours. Because it's
70 miles. 70 miles. Yeah.
I know, but
going through that, yeah. It's
what's the yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's the terrain like?
Yeah, right. That's 2 hours probably. Easily.
Well, I'll hold the party. Yeah, Ty's like, did I hear party? Well, I'm having a champagne party because actual pickup, actual delivery is actually
not where they say it is.
Thank you. All right, back to you, Sue.
So, for example, I know all these are $1.20 mile. Just keep in mind, if you have a 3-pack, yes, you're going to take a little bit less money, but it's less hassle. Framingham's going to be Manheim, I believe is what Framingham is. So it's kind of an easy in and out because that Manheim there is not very big at all. And so load. Probably I would tell you to take that load. Yeah. And that would fit on a 3-car.
I think Pace is a 30-day pay.
15,000. I think. Well, they will also do a quick pay for a percentage. Oh. I think we'd have to worry about his weights. The Tacoma, I don't think would be that bad because it's an older one. But because he has to be at 15,000 pounds, I would have to check all these to make sure. Because the Tacoma's not coming up. The other two are. And I don't know if everybody understands this, but they put these on here so you can look at the lengths, the heights, the widths, and the weight. For some reason, sometimes it doesn't come up. I don't know if it's because they don't put in a VIN, and that's the reason why, or what the rhyme or reason to it is. I've never figured it out. But most of the time you can do this and come up with all of your dimensions and weight. So when you're looking at cars, it makes it a little bit easier. And you have somebody that has a weight issue. So now looks like there's plenty going down here. We got a total of 125 loads going into Maryland and Virginia. Of course, Virginia is quite huge. So that also includes Virginia Beach and Richmond. So you have to watch what you're doing with that.
Yeah, I think Nova, Northern Virginia.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, other thing you got to watch is a lot of the stuff that goes to Maryland. You have to be careful. It's not going to the port. Sometimes they tell you, sometimes they don't. And cool. He has a tandem duals, which is awesome. That means you're going to have less problems with your axles.
Nice.
Because the Kaufman trailer that doesn't have tandems, you have to watch them on a regular basis. They will burn you down. They will literally catch on fire if you do not watch the grease in them. Tandem, you're better off with. You still have to watch them, but you don't have to worry about them as much. Let's see here. Looks like you're better paying loads right now. It might be out of Connecticut going down there instead of actual Vermont themselves. But we're going to get down here a little bit further because Vermont's going to be at the bottom. But if I was going to do like Virginia, I hate to say this, I would probably do Richmond, Virginia Beach area, just because you avoid a lot of the traffic but coming back out of there, I think will be tough. There's not usually a lot of loads out of Virginia Beach going back up that pay decent. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Boston. There's more. Massachusetts. I mean, these are paying well. They're paying $1 a mile for most of them. And that's what they should be paying up there just because of what you have to deal with on a regular basis up there. And then you're also going to go through Toll City, which is New Jersey, Maryland.
So is Kyle then, is Kyle looking for a dispatcher? Did he say?
Yes, he was asking me about it. I
Yes.
just hadn't answered him yet. He said
Cool.
definitely open to running the entire East Coast and out into the Midwest. Sweet, Kyle. Okay, I'll send you an email back here when we get off the show and kind of explain everything to you. So obviously, what we do, you watched our show. So we find the loads, we set you up with the brokers, we verify the loads, we put them in pickup and delivery order, and then we also bill out everything for you. We do use Super Dispatch as our EBOL system, and I get a discount for using Super Dispatch. Thank you, Super Dispatch, for any of my drivers. So
Nice. And I just thought of a new meme. I'm so excited because I love memes. Jerry Maguire, when Tom Cruise shows up at the house. Right now, people are like, what? Not again, Jay. Not with this stuff. And she says, you had me at dual tandems.
There you go.
I'm going to make it. I got a new meme. So excited.
Well, there's plenty of loads going this way that I can see. Let's look at it. Let's go to, I put up Ohio to Michigan too. So let's kind of see what's on here. See what they're paying. $1 a mile. Good. Dollar. Looks like honestly, there's going to be probably more loads in Massachusetts and Connecticut for you than Vermont, which is normally what I see anyways. But you're going to have to go south to get out of there anyway, so that's not going to usually be an issue. Wow, that one's paying $1,000, $1.51 a mile for 1,500.
Where's Harrisville?
Or is it? Oh,
That's awesome, and it's COD.
05.
That's a dealer, isn't it? Man,
Yeah, Car Sales America.
I like all of it. I like everything about that, as long as
05,
it's near where we're picking
301. Let
up.
me find 05, 301.
As long as you don't have to like ski a black diamond to get to it.
No, it's on his way out, but here's the problem with this one would be, well, no, because we could pick up stuff in Framingham too. So he hit it as he left out. Let me see how many miles it really is.
And
Wow,
wasn't it going
3
to
hours.
Ohio?
Yeah, it's going to Upper Sandusky though. That's going to be more of the problem.
Oh, is
than
that
anything.
north of Erie?
Yeah, I think I thought it's by, it's not by Toledo area? Hold on. It's below Toledo. It's below,
Oh,
I would
below
say that's going to be
Toledo.
at least 100
okay.
miles.
Yeah, it's kind of a no
Let's
man's
see.
land. I mean, you know.
I mean, I don't mind
I apologize.
it. I've got a guy that lives in Toledo, so I do a lot of Toledo stuff anyways, but let's see how far it really is. 74 miles. That's not that bad.
I mean,
Even
you
if
know,
you were doing Detroit, that's not that bad. Yeah,
it's fine.
that's doable.
I apologize, and I repeal my recent comment.
But then you also have, here's one in Worcester, and it's not Worcester. I don't know how you pronounce it. I was
Worcester.
But it's going to Columbus.
Worcester.
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 But
I know. It
it's
takes a
also
while.
for
I
yellowfin.
think
So
rooster. Okay.
probably. I always love how yellowfin puts on here no comment.
That is awesome. You know,
No comment because it's not any good. I don't
no
know.
comment. That is awesome. You know, I can't argue with
it's
that
not.
logic though. They just, you know, no comment. That's great.
Let's see here. What else we got? There's a lot of $1,000 vehicles on here. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but
I like
granted,
that.
some of these you're going to need winches for, but wow. Kyle, do you have a winch? Just out of curiosity. Now, this kind of stuff, why would anybody do this when you see these other loads?
Because they're not looking.
And it says with, well, and it says with 7 vehicles, 1 pick, 2 drives. Whatever. They really drive me up the wall sometimes.
Somebody hasn't been reading the newspaper lately.
Paying attention.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I know. To see what the loads really are.
They're thinking it's like July during COVID or whatever. I don't know. Like, oh, wasn't it last fall? Last fall was pretty bad, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, right before Christmas. Yeah, stuff dried up.
Q4 2020, that blew.
Yeah. I mean, it's typical though. That's usually Q4 is like that.
F you, Q4 2020. I think I could say that without offending anybody, really.
True. So it's Q4 any year is usually bad.
Right now, there's a Karen somewhere like, wait a minute, he doesn't like Q4 2020?
And then I think, wasn't January pretty sucky too? It took us until we got that really bad snowstorm. That's when things just went ballistic. I want to say it was February, right?
So was that the Texas storm? The Texas ice storm?
Yeah. Yeah,
Texas
I think that was February. And ice and...
Well, everything begins with the Texas ice storm.
Just blew up.
Sorry if I've deeply offended Texan ice storms. Actually, that was a terrible storm. That was really... There was a couple weeks there where Texas was reeling. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that was kind of the kickoff. So.
Yeah, because otherwise we were really still super slow, like with the loads, and then all of a sudden that storm came through. None of the drivers could drive for 2 weeks, and then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and it was crazy.
I think that's the name of a logistics company.
Wham, bam,
wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, LLC.
It should be. When some of these people's names come out. I had one the other day that was a really strange one. I got to go find it. So it looks like it wouldn't be an issue going to Michigan, to Ohio, and I think he said something about, Connecticut, and you would run right through there.
Wait a minute. Can you say wham, bam, thank you, ma'am? Has that been canceled too?
Sure.
Can you?
Oh yeah, you're right. Would that be considered?
Too bad. You're SOL.
Well, it depends on who's doing the thanking, I suppose.
Well, true. If a guy said it, it might be a different
exactly.
Altogether.
If it comes from a man, but if it was her idea,
it's going to be considered.
All right. Yes. Okay.
So true.
Glad we got that cleared up.
All right. So. And there's, wow, that one's a good one too. Yukon from East Granby. So all these places through here, Bridgeport, East Granby, East Windsor, a lot of these are Coparts, and most of them will be nice and put this on here that it's Copart. A lot of them do not. I wish they would, because they would avoid people who don't want to do those, places wouldn't call and bother people if they would put this stuff on here. Looks like there's quite a bit going to Cleveland. There's quite a bit going to Columbus. And honestly, any place in Ohio or Detroit area, even Grand Rapids, usually pay excellent coming out of. They're going to pay almost the same amount per mile, dollar per mile. And if you're cool with running the Midwest and then we run you back by the end of the week, that would be fine too, because you'll make good money running this route as long as we keep you out of the toll areas. And that's why I don't want to do Maryland, Virginia, just because you're going to be spending so much money driving around and paying tolls. I had one guy that went in there and I think he paid like $160 just in tolls to drop off 2 cars. So I don't like it, and most of the drivers don't. So if we can keep you in Ohio and then run you around through there and then run you back home, that's probably our best bet. The bigger question would be, is there stuff going back to Vermont or Connecticut. That's the run. That's the hard part, is sending you back home. So why don't we spin it around and see what's on here for him, and that way he has an idea too of what's going on. Let's see.
That's a good call, because yeah, the backhaul, especially when because now you don't have options. Your home is only in one place.
Right. So sometimes you won't get $1 a mile going home, and that kind of thing, because they're just not going to pay that, and they pretty much got you by that point, because you got to go home no matter what. So
and they will use that against you. And this is why every time a carrier does need to go home, the dispatcher sheds a small tear. So carriers that like to stay out and out and out and then go home will find a much larger party.
Yeah.
I mean, right, so working for a carrier that never goes home is also hard, but a carrier that wants to be home every night. Oh, and let's shake them up for the backhaul. That's why we don't do it. There's our backhaul. Now we've really, yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, let's see what rolls out here.
In fact, I think the #1 load board could add sound effects that when you hit the search button, it's the sound of dice hitting the desk.
Okay, so I just put up Michigan and Ohio back to Vermont, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. I should have added Rhode Island because you could hit it too, but there's only 22 loads. So that tells you right there. And how many are enclosed? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 are enclosed. There's a few in-ops, and 5 are enclosed. Wow, that's a lot enclosed out of that area to go back. I know we're gonna watch our weights. So
yeah,
looks like this kind of stuff
and profitable.
This is crazy.
Oh,
see, that 38 cents a mile, that's nuts. And this is a dealership listing for that.
Day, I want you to do me a favor. I can't believe I'm saying this. I want you to hit the compare button on that thing, because something tells me that they're going to say, we do it all day.
Nope. Look.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Phew, I just feel better.
I've hauled for Patrick Subaru when I had a guy up in Connecticut. And of course I was doing local stuff then, and he was paying like $250 a vehicle just to go 100 and some miles. So I think they might come up on price for you.
What if he
they're
says,
desperate enough.
All right, how about this? Here, we're going to cover objections. What if you call an app, you say, listen, I can't do it for 300, we need 450. It's even in the compare button.
Right.
And they say, yeah, but we don't have any more money than that.
Then I just say, I'm sorry, I can't do it for that.
Right.
And so what I usually tell them is, look, my other cars are paying X amount of money. I have to have this amount of money to move it. And then they usually say yay or nay. And then I sometimes have them call me back and say, okay, I got to do it. Because usually that means they've got this car sold. If it's going to a dealership, that's usually what you have to keep in mind, is they've got that car sold. They probably got a customer on it. So them telling you that's all the money they have in it, they're probably full of crap. They're just trying to get it lowballed for you. And I would just tell them that we had to have more money. Or we just move on and find another vehicle, you know.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the deal, Sue. We move at that rate all day. We don't have more money on it, and we are not paying more. So come and get it. Because we are betting that you are probably trying to get home, and you don't want to take an empty spot. You'd rather fill a spot with something cheap than leave it.
Yeah.
All right, your move.
I don't usually do that unless my owner says just take it, because I will not take anything under 50 cents a mile unless my owner says take it, because we got to get home. Most of my guys will say screw them. I'll go home empty with one spot less than teach them a lesson, kind of thing.
Well, exactly. All right. So he says lump it, okay? Then you leave, and about 5 hours after you leave, he calls you back and says, "Oh, I can do 500."
Oh yeah.
Now what?
That's usually
you gonna
what
go
happens.
back and get it?
Never fails. Oh God, no. Not if I'm already 2 hours down the road. No way.
Thanks for playing.
Nope. See ya. Yep.
And now he's
I
got it
had that
listed at
happen
600
the other
because
day.
it happens all the time. It's crazy.
Well, what they usually do is they call the next day. I've had 2 or 3 of them call me the next day and say exactly that. And I'm like, I'm already gone, man. You should have come up on the price when I was there. You know, that's what only makes sense. But yeah, that happens quite a bit.
Oh, you already have them loaded out of Detroit?
Okay.
So, well, I mean, this is just, honestly, I can't tell you we would be in these areas to go home from either. We might be further out. We might be in Kentucky. You know, it's kind of hard to determine where we would be on that. Because that's quite far. Let's look. So it's about 700 miles. What's it to Ohio?
Plus, I'm guessing, Kyle, do you have a central dispatch account? I'm going to guess no.
That's true. He might not.
Right? In which case, right now is literally,
yeah.
You know. Two Bears also, question for
Yeah.
Sue the expert. What's the difference from a freight forwarder broker and a broker agent? Ooh, we will get to that. That sounds like a possible stumper. We've talked about freight forwarders and stuff in the past. We will go to that, but not yet. Not yet. Okay. I want to wrap up this recommendation. I want to get to some stories. We're already 30 minutes into the show, so if you're just joining, you just got in here, great. Thank you so much for participating. We have 1 hour left. So yeah.
Wrapping it up, going to Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, out of that area, or even Maryland, Virginia, looks like there's plenty of loads. Coming back might be a different story for the end of the week, but we're also on Thursday. Usually Wednesday are the days that the loads come up, so I may have already had you booked wherever you were at to go home to. So it's kind of hard to predict. These loads on here right now, I mean, that's what they are, but loads come on and off the board like, you know, in and out all day long. So we're sitting here constantly looking for loads. So
exactly.
I don't necessarily mean that this is what we would go with. Plus, there's some on here that you wouldn't even be able to haul for until I get you set up with them too. Like a Certus needs a minimum of 20 ratings to get signed up, which is what we do for you. We've set you up with all the broker companies as you can. Cars Arrive requires you to be in business for 90 days on your MC. RPM is 90 days. Carvana is 90 days. So what we always say is you have to kind of earn your stripes in this business. So as you're ready to be set up, we're getting you feedback, you know, constantly so that we can get you set up with the next person. Plus, the more feedback you have as we're doing this, the more it looks like, you know what you're doing, and the more positives you have. Like the newer, like the brokers on here always look at that stuff. Not that ratings really mean anything, as we've discussed before in the past, but most of them look at that to decide whether they're going to give you a load if you're a brand new company. So keep that in mind. It says he just got his ELD. Did he? Oh, he does have a central dispatch account, I believe. He said I do.
I just told him when he gets a good load on, whenever that is, take some pictures of the truck loaded, right?
Yeah.
Numbers on the side of the door, washed, loaded, because 0 ratings, central dispatch account, dual tandems. We need to do some advertising and marketing.
And usually, Kyle, just so you know, I get you usually at least 20 feedback right away with just my companies alone. So I usually get you set up with Metro right away, which is, if however you want to look at it right now, is good or bad with Metro.
Right now there's a super trucker spinning. Like, what?
Yes, but it's just for my drivers. Sorry, guys. But anyways.
As long as you don't post it on Facebook, can I get some ratings? You've seen that?
Can I get
that
some
makes
ratings,
people
please?
crazy. Yes. Do not post on Facebook. Can I get some ratings? Holy mackerel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, they don't like that.
Hey, Kyle is planning on a photo shoot tonight. Wow, that is great. Kyle, I like it. Kyle sounds like he's got a lot of potential, so this is really cool. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
And thanks for, hopping in the live chat and binge watching. I'm liking all of it. This is great. And here's the thing about Vermont is that, you don't want everybody located in Atlanta going to Dallas. So
No.
if you're in Vermont,
Right.
maybe there's some nuggets to be mined.
And yeah, because honestly,
Did that
there's
come out
not,
right?
I'll be honest, I don't think there's a lot of drivers up there in that area because there was so many loads when we went to that. So coming out is never going to be an issue. I don't believe it's going to be coming back in every time will be the issue, but it's not usually for you to worry about. It's for us to worry about. So we just let you drive and we do all the crazy part of getting the loads, verifying the loads, and making sure everything's where it's supposed to be, which sometimes happens and sometimes does not. Just had another 3-pack of vehicles with a big broker that were picked up yesterday when my driver tried to pick them up again today. That would be I think I told you earlier, I was having problems with them. This has happened 4 times this week where we went to pick up loads that we verified and they were not there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's do that now. We're going to switch over to News with Sue. I should probably make a meme or something. Actually, that's a great idea. Because more and more, Sue has, really awful... I get these emails. Okay, here's a secret she does. I get these emails from Sue now. And I know what's going on because when you're a dispatcher, you're a busy dispatcher, and phones going crazy. You're looking for loads, dealers and dispatchers and carriers, and everything's going crazy, and you just want to book a load, and you call to book a load, or you email or whatever it is, whatever hoops they've got. You go through the red tape, and then you either can't get the load or they don't send it over. What the F is going on? This is your mindset. You're at what the F. And you're at Defcon F. And then Sue sends me these emails about the Defcon. So this one company that, continues to be unbelievable. I actually recommended the other day, I would stop hauling for that company. So what's the Defcon F at? What's going on? What happened?
So... honestly, this is what I think. I think they've just gotten too big for their britches, honestly, and they don't have enough people working for them. And I think the loads that we're scheduling to pick up, and then we find out they're not there. I think what's happening is because there's so many loads on the board that we've got these customers calling multiple brokers and maybe not letting the brokers know, because it's just weird for this to be happening all of a sudden. Every once in a while is one thing, but 4 times this week is another thing altogether. And then here's the kicker. The 3-pack that we finally got a hold of them to tell them it was picked up already after over an hour of waiting on their chat line and then making phone call after phone call after phone call. They literally went back and relisted on the load board. Literally. So Jen got back on there and said, look, we told you these cars were already picked up. Why would you relist them? What did they answer with that, by the way?
That they were looking into it.
So you would relist them and they were looking into it. That makes perfect sense.
I caught you in bed with somebody else. I'm looking into it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, that should not be happening.
No.
This is what we were talking about last week, that I think it's something between the marketing, the dispatching, somewhere in there, something is slipping through the cracks and nobody's doing their job, like verifications. And honestly, this happens more with the bigger brokers than it does with the smaller brokers, just because some of the smaller brokers do that. They do their due diligence. They make the phone calls. They make sure the cars are there. Now, don't get me wrong. It's happened to me. I didn't know my customer went behind my back either and had somebody else pick it up. That's why I usually verify the car before I send it over to the driver. Now, I still tell every company that is their job, even dispatchers, to call and verify. I had one the other day say, are you sure this is the right address? Are you sure this car is there? I said, we just verified it, but you as a dispatcher, that is your job. I'm a dispatcher. That is what you're supposed to do for your driver. You find out what the hours are. You find out where they park. You find out who they need to talk to. That is our job as being a dispatcher. And if you don't have a dispatcher and you're a transporter, that's your job too, because you don't want to show up and the car's already gone, or the car's not at that lot. It's at a lot 5 miles down the road, or something crazy like that, because it always happens. Verifications are probably one of the most important things that we do in this office every single day. And we want to make sure it's right and ready to go and where they need to park. Just like at CarMax's, they have certain places for you to park. Otherwise, you can get a ticket. And that's our job, to make sure of where our driver needs to go so he doesn't get a ticket or gets towed away or something horrible like that, which does happen. So this broker that we're having the problems with, I'm not wrong. They keep getting bigger and bigger, more and more loads. Jay said maybe need to stop hauling for them. And I'm like, man, we haul 14 to maybe 20 loads a week for just this broker alone. I really can't afford not to, because right now their rates are where they're supposed to be. Now, don't get me wrong. They're not always where they're supposed to be, but they have been, because they have to compete with everybody else. So I really can't just say, no, I can't do it. You know what I mean? But it's not the only one it happens to. I had another big broker. We picked up a car for a really big broker out of Arizona, and there's two there, so you can guess which one it is. And man, it was, I love it. And it was out of IEA, and we picked up the car, and my driver, I tell him it's a residence. Please call him 24 hours out to let him know. Calls the residence, and the guy says, I canceled that car. They didn't deliver it to me, so I got my money back. And we're like, well, you're getting the car anyways, because it's coming to you.
Wow, it was already loaded?
Well, yeah, we already had it on. He was just calling to give him
that's crazy.
His 24-hour notice. Yeah.
That customer must have been like, what the F?
Well, no, the customer was lying, is what we found out.
Oh,
okay, so this is what happened.
God,
he decided he didn't want. Yeah, he decided he didn't want it because they didn't deliver it when he said they were, and he canceled the transaction with the bank. But guess what happened? IA doesn't have to accept that cancellation. They still wanted their money. It doesn't matter when he was told it was going to be delivered. He still bought the car. So he says he's going to take it. My driver shows up yesterday to deliver it, and he's like, well, I'm not signing for it. I'm like, well, you got to sign for it. And he said, no, I canceled the transaction. So we're talking IA, and we're talking to the big broker. They're trying to get it figured out. And I'm like, look, because they were like, well, you might have to take it to another IA, which, by the way, was 40 miles away. And we'd been dealing with this for over 2 hours because nobody would do their job and get this worked out for us. I'm harassing them. The driver's harassing the broker and IA. So they're wanting us to take it to IA. And I'm like, well, first off, we're not going to make it. It's 3:30. It's an hour away. There's no way we're in Dallas traffic. Okay. Anybody knows Dallas traffic at that time of the day? You're not making it that far, that quick.
Amen. Yep.
And then I said, and who's going to pay us for driving this and now missing my other pickups? Well, we can't do that. Well, you're wrong. So guess what happened? They told us to write the guy's name down that he refused to sign, and he was keeping the car whether he liked it or not. He paid for it. Bye-bye. But it took 2 hours to get to that point because everybody was like, well, we need to talk to upper management, and we need to do this instead of just handling it from the get-go. That's my problem with big brokers, is there's always the next person up you got to talk to get something done. And that person doesn't answer the phone, or they need to talk to the next person and the next person, the next person. A smaller brokerage would have just said, he's taking the car, do what they told us to do and move on.
Yeah,
so,
that's because there's plenty of Kool-Aid to go around at the big company. I know this. Yeah. We're at 12:45. We're halfway through the show. No, we're going to keep going with this news, but what you want to do? Here's what you want to do. I put up the share screen. Click share, click copy, grab the YouTube link. At halfway through the show, and because you look in the video description and there's time codes. You send this. Send this show to anybody that thinks you can just swing on by and throw it on the truck. I love all these great, fancy Kool-Aid-drinker terms. Oh, just hop on by. Just hop on a call and grab it real quick. and all this crap. Did you hear what Sue said? One problem snowballed into basically screwing up the whole day.
Yep. Yep. When
That-
they should have been handled with me
that's
calling
auto
within 5
transport.
minutes.
Yeah, that's how this works.
Yeah.
And so this
Yep,
company,
true.
oh, it's so hard not to say this company's name because this company keeps getting bigger and bigger, with
Yep.
not just as an organization in themselves, but they're getting bigger and
Right.
bigger clients, and those clients
Right.
don't know what a nightmare it is to be on the logistics
Right.
end just to get these freaking loads. Sue, let's keep going
Right.
because we got, I mean, really, like, okay, first of all, the chat is insane. What'd you say? They don't answer the phone.
Yes.
We're 10th in line.
They don't answer they don't answer the phone. If you get on the chat, because that seems to be sometimes the only way to get a hold of them. Yeah, we were 8th or 10th in line. Then I said, okay, I had one person on the chat line, and then I went on the chat line to see if I could somehow or another beat the other person. But anyways, I was 14 in line. She'd already been on hold for an hour on the chat line. Nobody's saying anything. You can't tell me, I mean, what the hell? You are this huge. You should have multiple people on a chat line helping people. And as far as I know, they could chat from home, hire people that are sitting at home then that can help us. You know what I mean? Or get the loads to us faster. It usually takes an hour for us to get a load when we request the load. It usually takes an hour just to find out if you're going to get the load. And then it takes another 20 to 30 minutes to get the actual load. And that's ridiculous in itself. And then when you have a problem with the load, like I took a truck from them out of Kentucky going to Dallas, Texas. We call, the car has never been paid for. So I say, okay, you have another one. Is that vehicle paid for? It's at the same location. Yeah, I'll send it to you. They send it to me. It's really in Cartersville, Georgia, not in Kentucky. So it never should have been even posted.
Oh my God.
Then I take another truck from them and they don't send me the release that I had to have. So I have to wait 30 minutes for the release to come over. So, I mean, I get there's problems when you have multiple people
No,
working.
but that is just, I mean,
it's still,
what
yes,
did
it shouldn't be happening.
Did you just go scoop up interns at some random high school? I mean, does
Yes.
nobody know what they're doing?
Yeah, I don't get it. Because even if you send them an email, I sent them an email to say, look, I don't know how we're supposed to rectify things if we can't get a phone call, we can't get on the chat line for an hour, and when my driver's sitting there, and I sent it like that, and then they answered me like 3 hours later on the email. What can I do to help? I'm like, I already took care of it myself. See ya. You know, I got a different car and I scooted out of there.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Then
you
come to
even
find out the truck that wasn't paid for, they did an ACH, but they didn't know when they were going to have it paid for because they just did the ACH. So that's usually 24 to 48 hours.
You sent me this release.
Yeah.
It says Indiana, but it's really in Georgia? Or it was a
Well,
different
the release
one?
actually said Georgia. No, the release, yeah, I had a load it was Jefferson, Indiana, which is Louisville.
This is crazy.
So they attached the release to the first load I have. It wasn't even for that
Okay.
truck, and it says it's in Cartersville, Georgia. And I asked for the second truck to be replaced, the first truck that's not paid for, and they send that over, and they send the same release I got on the first truck, and it's really in Cartersville, Georgia.
I mean, it's
So yeah,
just
nobody knows what's going
rope-a-dope.
on.
I mean, that's the thing. So here's the
Yeah.
problem. I mean, you've got, again, this company is growing social media and all this great stuff, all this happy pizzazz. But behind the scenes, you've got numbskulls in the dispatch. Understaffed
Yes.
numbskulls. Now, okay,
Understaffed,
Jay, that was a
totally.
little harsh. I want you to try again. But I mean, I can't believe how many times you emailed me in the past week about this one company. It's nuts.
I know. It's been every day.
That's why I said just stop hauling for
every
them.
day.
They sound like morons. And all these companies, I mean, is the sales team just awesome and at getting everyone to sign up, and then their whole dispatch
drop the ball.
management is just Do they
Yeah,
even?
it's
They used to
somewhere.
know what they were
I,
doing. I'll tell you what. Here,
yeah.
I'm gonna say this, Sue. There's a person that used to be in that dispatch office that's then gone on to like upper executive management. Man,
Uh
dispatching
huh.
needs them back because that was one of the few
Yeah.
people I could count on to help when there was a problem. Because dude, I was dispatching with this
Yeah.
company years ago and I hated it. This is not
Well,
a new
yeah, when they
problem,
used to be
but it's
McNutt,
worse.
When they were McNutt. Oh, sorry, that's telling you something right there. They used to be called McNutt. Does that help anybody? I'm not saying the name though.
All right,
But yeah, it was a totally different business.
Woo!
Yeah, and it was a smaller business. It was more personable. They talked to
Ty's like,
you.
say the name.
I will. Yes, tell us.
Oh, golly.
And when it was that small company, I mean,
Technically, I
literally
think we
you
could
could
still
talk
get
to
through the
people.
attorney-client privilege. Go ahead.
Anyways, when they were a smaller company and they were actually based out of Missouri nearby me. It was a small little place. In fact, I hired some of the people that they didn't take and moved to the other place in Missouri, and they went to work for me as dispatchers because they didn't want to move. And I loved all the people. I know one person went with them for sure, and we talked to her every once in a while, but they don't give out personal emails anymore either.
We're
You know what I mean?
gonna move on. I
Okay.
think we've done enough
Killed
of a
the dead horse
drive-by.
there.
But the point is this: is that
Ty. Yes,
Ty.
Ty.
Yeah. Ty.
That's so funny. That's what John calls him too.
All right, that is so funny. The thing is this: is that because I mean, they're not even the spraying champagne company, but so we have a
No.
problem. Houston,
Yes.
we have a serious problem in dispatching,
Yes.
in auto transport, between the load boards, the brokers.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems, and I guess they're never going to get fixed, and this show will run forever.
Yeah.
Right now, somebody's like,
I mean,
"Oh
I
God,
wish-
please no."
I wish there was somebody we could talk to, the owner, to let them know.
Well, I wish
mean,
somebody gave a crap. Yeah, it'd be so
Yeah,
nice.
That's
And
it.
here's the thing: this is what really sucks. Is that this is why I drink Kool-Aid every Tuesday night. I wish I had my Kool-Aid right now. I only have it on Tuesdays. Because it seems like everybody's drinking so much Kool-Aid that they're positive they're number
Yeah.
one, and nobody knows how bad
Yeah.
this problem sucks.
Yeah.
This problem sucks so
It
bad.
does suck.
If you,
So
please, if you know somebody in dispatching, logistics, or upper management that could please listen and help find a place to fix these freaking problems, can we just dispatch a car and get
Yes.
on with our lives? Because,
Yes.
my
Yes.
God.
And it actually be accurate and be there and not picked up. And
It's not
all of
just
the
a
above.
missing number
Yes.
or a missing phone number. It is
no,
way beyond that.
it's more than that. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's
And
nuts.
the being able to contact somebody is probably the biggest issue for me.
I would be
if
screaming at the chat.
you know what I
Actually,
mean?
that's where I do. You know, I'm the guy, and I don't think I'm alone. Representative. That's me.
Yeah.
That's me. Yeah. Screaming representative into the
Yeah.
phone. I do that.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a while.
Oh, funny.
But I will do that. We got 5 minutes till Larry. I don't know if we have any other route scouts. Also, hey,
I
here
haven't seen
we go.
any.
Let's hit another company. So you said there's another company that's getting worse? What happened? Another broker? What
That
what'd
was
they do?
the one I was talking about dropping off the vehicle and not taking care of our situation with the IA car. That's the other broker out of Arizona.
Oh.
Same thing. Of
And do
telling
they
you they're gonna fix
realize what
something
they're
and
asking?
swear to you, I'll
of
call
the-
you back in 5-10 minutes.
Do they realize
Yeah.
what they're asking?
They don't care. No,
Right,
they
they
do
don't
not
care.
care. I literally talked to 3 different people because they wouldn't call me back. They get each person, so I'll call you back in 5 or 10 minutes. I'd wait 5 or 10 minutes. I call back again. And I'm like, you guys don't understand. We're sitting here. We've already lost 2 hours of time. This is ELD time. So I do not have time to sit here and keep messing with this when my driver's not going to make his other delivery and pickups. You're costing me money. Well, we understand, ma'am, but we got to talk to upper management so we can figure out what to do. That's what I was told every single time. And I said, well, I keep being told we're going to be called back 5-10 minutes, and we're already into 2 hours now of 5-10 minutes. and they don't care. They just, honest to God, they do not care. So I don't know, if they were sitting in a hot ass truck talking to this guy refusing to sign off, they would care. You know what I mean? But
oh my God,
not,
isn't that the truth? And that is the truth.
Yeah.
If the air conditioned executive could sit in the truck with boiling barbecue that was a few days old,
that show that they have on TV where they put undercover bosses?
Yeah.
Someone.
Oh man, Auto Transport needs undercover boss. That's a good call. I
absolutely.
like that. Oh my God, that would be. In fact,
they would
get this big broker company to get their undercover boss, and they would freak the F out. Yeah.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, go in there and work in their office for a day and see, and then also ride in a truck with somebody and see.
Well, and it's funny you say that because I hear people say, "Well, I have roots." Okay, how long ago was it you did that? Because I think you forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that a lot because when I'll call for a load on some of these smaller brokers, are like, "Oh, I used to drive truck for 25 years," and I'm like, how long ago was that? Because I guarantee you don't grasp what's going on in this industry nowadays. So,
and it's interesting, even though it's been a few years since I dispatched, but I talk about, people still think I do dispatch because I remember it. Actually, by doing this show, I keep the nightmare fresh.
Yeah. True. True.
Oh man.
Well, sometimes you have to make a game out of it. Let's see how many loads today are going to cancel on me. So, yeah. I'm being told to hush. Don't say those words.
What else is going on? Hey, we got a few minutes till Larry. What else is going in your office? What's going on in your office right now? We should have a new segment, the dispatch office. Like, what random problems happened in the last hour? Or any, whatever.
We're still trying to get a car verified at CarMax. CarMax won't answer the phone. We've been trying one CarMax in Orlando for 3 days for a customer of mine. They will not answer the phone.
Oh my God!
We're trying to
You've been calling CarMax for 3 days in Orlando? That's hilarious.
3 days. They will not answer the phone.
There's your YouTube commercial. Having trouble getting a load?
Yeah, because they don't know. They don't know if I'm somebody buying a car. They don't know anything. So.
Thinking of buying from Orlando?
And she's trying to verify a CarMax right now in Kansas City, and she's been doing that all morning long, trying to get a hold of somebody. So that's typical.
And in what way is she trying to get a hold of this said person?
We're trying to verify a car up in Kansas City for my driver that's going to go pick it up.
What kind of pickup location? I just
always like to make sure. CarMax.
Okay. All right. It's at a CarMax. Do you have the name of a person? Is it? Do you?
No.
You're all right. You just have the store number?
When you call CarMax, you have to, what you have to do for CarMax on any CarMax is you got to usually go to the business department, and then you got to ask to talk to inventory.
Right.
And if you get inventory to answer, it's like a freaking miracle. You might as well put on a hat and dance around, okay?
Everybody's like, I got a hold of inventory. Let's party. Woo!
Yes, exactly. And the car that I have down in Orlando, my customer's telling me it's an in-op, but he won't tell me what kind of an in-op, and I have to know because I can't just send some random driver down there. What if it's missing a wheel, for God's sakes? And we've been calling and calling and calling. Nobody will return our phone calls. Nobody will answer. I mean, it just rings for 30 minutes and then it hangs up on us and then we call back. And we're even talking to the main lines, the main people answering the phones and saying, hey, nobody will answer in your business department or your inventory department. And all they do is say, okay, we'll leave them a message. And then nobody calls back. So that's a typical CarMax situation, though.
Thank you for your feedback. Please enter the chat queue now.
Please give us a rating.
Press 1 for F. Press 2 for 5 stars.
Yep. So.
Oh my God.
Other than that, I think that's our only major issues is trying to get this one car verified. Everything else is verified.
All right.
But I will say, that it's been getting harder and harder to get things verified with even dealerships. Nobody wants to answer the phone. It's crazy.
Well, this is a good positive aspect of moving into an all-digital future. Human beings won't have to speak to anybody anymore, and then you'll never get information. So
yeah,
that's good. That's it. And right now there's an executive like, yes, we got 5 stars for automation. Nobody has to speak to anymore. Great. We can fire another half of our dispatch staff. We're going public. All right. So we do know that spend less time searching and more time moving. Launching June 9th. Okay, that was yesterday. Central Dispatch. It's here.
Yes.
It's real. Are you using it?
No.
Oh,
I don't like it.
Jay, that is not funny. It is funny though. Oh, hey,
they said they fixed some of the stuff we asked for, though.
Yeah.
I need to go look.
Got this email today. Montway Project 44 want to join our preferred carrier network? I just want to know, is the word VIP in there anywhere? That's what I want to know. Is this a VIP thing?
Field less calls.
What do you get?
That's never okay. So you see one of the things that says field less calls for status updates? Not going to happen.
Field less
They
calls?
call at least 10 times a day. It's nonstop.
Oh. Allegedly. I mean, truth in marketing prevails.
No, it happens.
I don't know. Okay, let's go on. Hey, speaking of, yay! It was only our 5th load today. We did it. We could have searched anything, and load number 5 was a champagne breakfast. Thanks, everybody. Just posted another actual pickup, actual delivery. The interns are going crazy. Okay, hey, by the way, welcome to Auto Transport. Grab a mask and jump right in, because anything goes in Auto Transport. That's why we have a crazy show every Thursday. And speaking of, you know how they say wrap that rascal? Well, this Mercedes-Benz owner thought, you know what? I know exactly what, and this is why I laugh. This is why I say order off the menu. Just because I know you're really smart at banking or whatever it is that you're really good at, it doesn't mean you know everything. And when the transporter said, you should probably book it enclosed, and you thought, I'm so much smarter than all these guys. Well, let's see how that went. This car went 150 miles, right? Oh, and by the way,
it went all the way to Pittsburgh. It just didn't only make it 150 miles with the saran wrap still attached.
I love that. I love this. This says it all. We're all in this together. Okay, here we go. After 150 miles, how we doing? I mean, that doesn't look too bad, I guess. I love this one. There's your enclosed. That's how your enclosed shipment went. There's your meat.
Yep.
There you go. So, go ahead and grab a chisel. Because that saran wrap, that's definitely not going to mess up your paint. I mean, I'm sure you're fine. And you blame it on the transporter. Drove too fast.
Oh.
I'm surprised. Did the transporter...
Well, he told him. He said, this isn't going to make it, buddy. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I can imagine. Can you imagine John in his bloody butcher's apron, like wiping off his arms with, grease and blood? Hey, that isn't going to work.
That's what he tells him, and he's like, the guy goes, well, this is my baby. And John goes, this is saran wrap. It's not going to make it all the way there. So when he sends me the picture from Tulsa, because all he went was from Oklahoma City to Tulsa, and that's what happened to it, okay? I said, did you let him know? He goes, no, he'll have a mental breakdown if I tell him that all of his saran wrap is now just sandwich bags all over the highway.
Oh, my God. That is so funny.
He just waited till he got to Pittsburgh to give it to him.
I mean, and can you imagine? Let's go back a few pictures. What did it? I mean, look how much time and effort went into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's just so good. Golly, I love it. Love that. All right, it is now time, ladies and gentlemen. Are you a
Larry.
car shipping guru? It is time. We're a few minutes late, but that's okay because it was worth it. Here we go. We do, and by the way, we do the questions for the very first time on Tuesday nights live, and on Thursdays on Dispatching Live, we reveal the answers, but I do not know the answers. You still can go to dispatchcenter.com/Ask Larry. That's what we're looking at right now. That is the webpage. To win, do that on Tuesday nights. Here we go. Which of the following car manufacturers include an animal in their logo? Is it Lamborghini, Maserati, Audi, or Fiat? And I saw the answers coming in on Tuesday night on this one.
Should be a Lamborghini.
And that was what everybody was saying. Let's go see it. It is Lamborghini. Well done. And basically, as a bot, as a human bot, which I am, and I know that because I've been called a bot when I play Fortnite and squads. As a bot, I'm just going to go with the people are like, what the? I'm just going to go with the live chat answers, which was Lamborghini. We're 1 for 1. Here we go. What is the most appropriate carrier pay to ship a 2019 Kia Sorento from Sacramento to Dill, West Virginia? Do you know where Dill
I
is?
don't know where Dill, West Virginia.
I don't know Dill.
No. But I would think it's going to have to be 1470 because anything you take into West Virginia, you're going through the mountains. You're going to need more money.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
It's probably
with you.
1290, but I would say 1470.
Sometimes it's the big one, and it's a Kia Sorento small SUV. That would be the only reason it would get to squeeze into 1290. But I agree with you. I'm going to go with 1470. Here we go. Oh, so we're so glad. Thank you, Larry. Larry is the Quotify Llama. Visit transportautoquoter.com. And that's the price to get it moved in the today's market right now with all of the parameters. There we go. Great. 2 for 2. Here we go. CARHENGE, a replica of the famous Stonehenge, is located in what state? Is it Arizona, Nebraska, Montana, or North Dakota?
CARHENGE, a replica of the
CARHENGE.
famous Stonehenge.
Now, isn't this with is this the Cadillac sticking out of the ground?
Yeah,
No.
sticking up out of the ground? I
But
thought
those
that
are
was in
along the
Arizona.
highway.
That's
New Mexico, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is different.
Well, they don't have New Mexico listed.
No. I might have thrown you off. No, that we're only what I just described wasn't CARHENGE. But I've never heard of CARHENGE. And no Googling. I'm gonna go with Arizona. They do crazy stuff in the heat.
Well, that's what I would think too. I don't think that's it, but I think that's
Okay, well, let's give it a shot. Oh, it's Nebraska.
Yeah, I just Googled it. You got to find the picture and post it on there. It's kind of crazy looking.
It is crazy looking. I just Googled it.
All right, I gotta go see this thing.
They've taken all the
CARHENGE.
cars. They are sticking up out of the ground, but they've painted them all gray, and they're in a circle just like Stonehenge
Whoa.
is. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, so let's get a better picture. I went to carhenge.com, but I didn't prefer the images there. So let's go. Wow. What?
Somebody was really bored.
Man, this is some nutty stuff. Here we go. Let's see. Can you see? That's CARHENGE. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of work. Well, Nebraska will keep you pretty busy.
He's a sculptor.
No, it's neat. I think this is really neat. Actually, I think it's a great idea. I like the car sticking out of the
Where
ground.
is
Like,
Alliance? Like it's coming up
that
out
is
of
really interesting.
Where
Where is it? Where in Nebraska
Alliance,
is CARHENGE?
Nebraska? It says Alliance, Nebraska. I don't know where that's at. Let me go
I think
look.
I've heard of that.
Thank you, Janice. Janice says it's in Nebraska. Hold on.
Yeah, wow.
Let's compare it to Omaha, Nebraska. I'm just curious why you're doing that.
Oh, lively
It
stuff.
is nowhere near Omaha. It is on its way into.
Oh,
Wow.
thanks, Darren.
It's at the very end of the state to the west.
Okay.
Like you're almost
oh
to the
wow,
border.
towards Wyoming maybe. Is that Wyoming over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
it's not
Darren,
on a main highway.
I was talking about Amarillo with the
Oh.
Cadillacs. That's cool, and I think it's along I.
Oh,
is
is
that
that where they're at?
I-10?
Okay.
But no,
Yeah,
so
I
nobody
thought it
ever
was.
sees.
It's along a major highway.
I mean, you got to go if you want to see CARHENGE. I mean, you
You're
gotta
going there
build a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's on Highway 2, which I don't think is a big highway. So
That's fascinating.
you're making the trip for that, and that's about it.
That's
Unless
it.
there's a huge ball of twine over there too, or something. So,
Maybe you can catch an Uber. Okay, here we go. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 1972 Chevy Camaro from Buckfield, Maine to Chattanooga, Tennessee? This is pretty off route. Where's Buckfield? Does it matter? It's Maine.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I've never booked a car
it's
to Maine.
Maine.
Not, never. Never booked a car to Maine. This is gonna be
I've moved
tough.
them to Maine.
1675. It's either 16 or 15. It's one of those two. It has to be.
I think it is too. It's one of the two.
And those are pretty
I'm
close.
gonna go with a 1595.
I'm gonna go with 1595 as well. Right. I think 1675 is a red herring. Here we go. Oh no!
Wow.
Oh no!
Wow.
A 72
I think
Camaro.
Larry might be wrong.
I mean, Larry knows what he's doing. That's the rate to get it moved. I mean, I guess because Chattanooga is pretty
there's
far
only one
east.
car ever moved from there.
All right.
That's
Well,
because it was only one car, Jay, that moved from there. That's why I got it right.
all right. Yeah, here we go. The compare button has nothing. When was the first Camaro produced? 77, 70, 60, 66. Here's your stumper. You got to be a car guy to know
I
this
think
one,
it's
or car
60
gal.
too. It's either 60 or 66.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I'm
agree.
thinking
I think
too.
it's in the 60s.
It is. Because mine's.
So 60.
Yep.
It's actually 66.
That is a really, really good guess. I'm going to go with you on that. Whoops. Oh, it's 66.
66.
Oh.
With a
Wow.
base price of $2,466.
I'll pay that. I'll pay that.
Wow.
In a
That's
heartbeat.
What is it worth now is the better question.
So thanks for playing Are You a Car Shipping Guru? That is a hard game. I mean, almost never. I don't think I've ever gotten 5 out of 5. And it's only 5 questions. Okay, it is now time for...
Yes, darling.
Muggo problems?
Mug-O problems. Here we go. Brokers that call back 24 to 48 hours later that ask you why you called, when you left a detailed message with the reference number. Oh my God, totally.
Yes, totally. We were just talking
Hi.
about that.
Hi, I'm returning a call. You called last week? Can you pick it up?
Yeah. Yeah. Happens all the time.
It's not
Crazy.
even when can you pick it up. It's what's your company name? I'll send it right over. And this is where they use the pizzazz. I'll send it right over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called you a week ago.
Week ago. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for playing. That is so funny.
Yep.
Okay, we got 15 minutes left. Let's see. Did I miss anything in the live chat? Survey says... Ant says, this is the show where everybody speaks my language. That's cool. Thanks, Ants. If the rates go south again, we're going to cry like after a beautiful dream. Oh, isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
And right now there's a shipper just begging for the rates to go back to cheap.
Yep. Absolutely. We're
Right.
just waiting so they can slam it to us again. Yeah, basically.
Well, that's you know, this is the thing. This is the difference between the Amazon delivery client expectations, it's literally opposite of what happens in auto transport.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we have to explain that one by one by one. That's why in the talk in the live chat talking about shippers connecting directly with carriers through technology. How many people?
Yeah.
How many shippers are gonna lie just straight up about what they're shipping and really with the actual pickup, actual delivery, and all that stuff?
At least
It's gonna be a
40%.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it will be so many people will be just straight up lying. Like the guy that says, I don't need enclosed because I saran wrapped it.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't even tell you. You know what that guy did too? So he didn't ever tell us that he had to get on a flight. And so we told him we would be there in between, 1 and 5. He wanted a radius. So he calls us and he's like, well, I have to get on a flight at 5:20. That's not going to work.
Oh my
So I said,
God, no. This is exactly what we're talking about. Exactly.
Exactly. So I said, my guy's going to be at a dealership. If you want to drive it over there, meet him there. That way you could just go on to the airport. He's like, well, I'll have to take an Uber to the airport. Are you going to pay for it? I said, no. I said, we'll just cancel the load and we'll find another car, sir. And he's like, oh, wait a second. We'll make it work out. I'll get somebody to be at my house to meet you with the car.
Exactly. So that's what's funny. People will spend half of the day waiting for the plumber or the cable guy. But when it comes to auto transport, they want you to meet them at the airport.
Yeah.
I've actually had a guy say that. Oh, okay. Will the driver meet us at the airport? Absolutely. What gate are you?
I've had a customer actually say, will you take me to the airport? With my vehicle.
Oh, God, it's hilarious.
Crazy.
Oh, man. I think I had, let's see here. Let's check the folder. Oh, I guess that was it. Okay, yeah. I don't have anything else. If you want to share your screen, feel free to do so. We got 10 more minutes if anybody has a search. Sure. My confidence level, I like the idea of shipper to carrier. I just don't. Man, I don't know. That'll be crazy.
You're going to have to allow me. It's not allowing me.
Really? Oh, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, there you go. All right. So I decided to pull up the new search. It's not good, so let's go to it so we can talk about it.
Oh.
For the next 10.
Big shocker.
Okay, so I have a guy up in Clinton Township, Detroit area, going to Okina, Ohio, which is Cincinnati area. So I put this on here. Now, look at this. Tell me that this isn't hard to look at and see what loads. Okay, so I'm assuming this is where it's picking up. This is where it's going to, which is just weird on how you're supposed to. I mean, this is going to get confusing. I don't know about anybody else, but I think this is confusing.
So
I think they think that the most important thing that we want to see is how much it's paying, because obviously that's the biggest thing, right here.
I mean, which is true. I mean, the rate is, and hey,
it's important.
Look at it. Look, look at that. They put the cents per mile back in. We told them to.
Right.
That's good.
But look at this though. Here, when we go back to where we're like entering it in, all right. So you see where I put this in. Right, and then they start with the radius now that they're starting out with is 25 miles now instead of 100 like it has always been. You go to this is where I don't like it. Okay. So it says results per page. The most you can have now is 100 results per page. That's it. Where our other one is 500 per page.
They don't want.
If you're looking at something like,
I'm speculating, but they don't.
This is what.
They don't want dispatchers. They don't.
They don't care.
No, they don't. They want.
Yeah.
I don't think they want dispatchers.
Well, even if you're not a
drivers
dispatcher. Well, but a driver isn't going to want to go through 5 pages because that's what you're going to have to do. Because look, if I like when I start out a driver,
this is all opinion.
Well, that still wouldn't help. Yeah, but even if you're on your phone, if you got 100 100 on only one page, then you still got to go and push a button
but the
to the
harder
next
this
page,
gets
the
to
next
use,
page.
the more you have to spend on loadifications and stuff. It's kind of like, you know, what
Yeah,
you
but
know,
people aren't going to pay.
you can get really cheap tickets to the baseball game, but yeah, you're outside the fence. Oh, you want to see the game? Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's way more.
Yeah. Well, because when I start out like looking for loads, a lot of times I put in, like, even when we're doing gold bars, I put Florida to all. It's over 500, so we'd have to scroll through 5 pages if they're 100 a piece. And then you know how I click on them to add to show them on a page. So does that mean that it'll keep adding when you flip the page? I don't think so. I bet it only keeps what's on that first page in your ad section. So
Here's
now I'm
what
going
we
to
need
go
to
complain
do.
again. Is that what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. You know what we need to do? Here's the thing, and I'm going to try to be somewhat fair. What? That'd be new, Jay. What you could do is try to see if you can get somebody to switch to Central full time. Like, talk somebody into it and get them to use it, because we need to find out. Maybe it's usable and we don't know because we haven't been using it.
Oh, you mean, okay, one of us just do it.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're going to make us just do it here shortly.
Well,
that's the problem.
That's why we want. That's why we need somebody to go in first. You know, like when you, right? There's a nuclear bomb. You need to get somebody needs to go in and see if they can dismantle it. Oh my God. Well, that's what we're doing here. We need somebody to go in. Are you ready to go in and dismantle the load board bomb? We need your help, please. So let's see who we can send in. Send in the rookie.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you.
Yeah. This is crazy.
But it looks amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
if I was an executive with an office
I don't
window,
think it
I would
does.
totally be spraying champagne over the cubicle. This looks incredible.
Yeah, that's because they don't use it every day. That's why I don't understand why
they
they
don't
talk to
use it.
people.
Oh,
that
they're not
use
in the
it.
hot truck
Yeah.
with a boiling barbecue? Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. They probably don't even know how to use it. It probably looks great, but they don't even know how to use it themselves. They should have a meeting
Anybody
with me
crap?
trying to use it and let me show them
Henson
how it
once
doesn't
did.
work. That's
And we fired him.
That's what needs to happen. Maybe I should send an email to Abby Tan and say this board is still not right.
But it looks
Maybe you guys should do a meeting with me using it.
Here's the thing: is how can it not be great? It looks incredible. It looks amazing, Sue.
Sucko.
Does it suck? What I know is this: is that I know this. I do not want a load board where I have to click a drop down to get the rest of the information on every. I don't want that.
I agree.
Anybody who thinks that, here's the problem. Anybody who thinks that clicking a drop down tab to get the rest of the information, they've never booked a load.
No, I know.
No.
Because that just
they've
doesn't
never done
even
this.
make sense. It's kind of like let's say you pulled up to a drive-through. Hi, can I take your order? Yeah, I want a cheese. Okay, but you got to hang on. You got to press these buttons, and then we can take your order. Why? I'm right here. Yeah, but you got to press the buttons.
Yeah.
And then they got to slide the thing out. Okay.
This
And
doesn't
then
make
my
any
analogies
sense.
are terrible, but I need them because I don't know how to explain to you that I don't want to click a drop down. I don't understand why I have to.
Yeah.
There's still a bunch of white space.
I agree.
And you repeated the words vehicle info, company, and dates and route on every box. I already know that. You know how I know that? Because I'm the one using it every day.
I actually need it counting. For some
Yeah.
reason it didn't give me the
I noticed they're like the vehicle. A lot of these are unspecified. Like it's not bringing in the weights, the lengths. A lot of them are unspecified.
Yeah, but we're still testing.
Well, supposedly this is it.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. This is after we told them what we thought was wrong, and it's still wrong.
Thank you for your feedback today.
Oh.
to see if the check has been sent.
Hey, look, they'd also, okay, so remember me telling them that I wanted to know how many miles around the radiuses that I put in for like Cincinnati or Detroit? They took that away. They've never put it back. So like if I put in, I'm in Clinton Township is what I did. It should say this is like 50 miles from Clinton Township. or this is 20 miles. And same thing with Hebron, it's 20 miles from Cincinnati. Those are so important for us to make a quick decision on whether the load will work. They have no idea.
Yeah, but there's no room to put that information.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, this does not.
Please
I may
stand
send her
by.
another email.
Yes.
No, it
and
doesn't
say
matter.
this
Do,
still isn't.
do you like?
Yeah.
Ah, I get it. You like torture, don't you?
Yes.
I got
how
it.
did you know?
We understand now.
No, but my thing is though, this needs to be better for all of us as a whole. I mean, this wouldn't help even a transporter do this. If you looked at that, okay, so I put in Clinton Township, and if you didn't know that Flint is north, you might think that's a good load, and it's not. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
what
but
pisses me off.
Well, but you're gonna need to click the drop down.
Yeah, it still doesn't give you how many miles Flint is from Clinton Township.
Well,
and yes,
but
this says Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's huge.
all you got to do
You
is
know what I mean?
swing
That
on
doesn't
by
mean
and pick
anything.
it up. Just throw it on the
Yeah,
trailer.
just grab it.
Yeah, just grab it.
They want us to
I
use
don't know what the problem is.
view route. So let's look at view route. Let's
We
look at
gave
this.
you all the dimensions.
Okay. Okay, all right. Thank
We
you.
even gave you a route map from metro to metro.
Okay, so here's the view route, but okay, so this is still Cincinnati. How far is it really from Cincinnati?
Why
So
do you
still
need to
have to go
know?
in here and put in
We gave you
because
the
I want
city.
to know how many miles in between each drops.
I'm just going. Yeah.
I don't think they grasp that.
Well, I'm sorry, that load's not available anymore.
Yeah, because it's taking me that long to figure out where the hell it's at.
Okay, all right. Yeah, then
Oh, let's
It's
see
already
here.
gone.
Silverman, right? That one. Oh, that one's already. That was gone last week. Silverman. Wow,
Yeah.
just seen a trooper searching the load of an enclosed at a rest stop. Interesting. What were the plates
Really?
on the trailer?
Plates on the trailer.
What were the plates on the trailer? Well, you hear a lot of that stuff in the like Arizona and the border states, Arizona, New Mexico, California, Texas. I mean, really weird search stories down there. I don't know why though. I can't for the
Drugs
life of
and
me
guns,
figure out
right?
why that is. I mean, look how much information you have there, and yet you don't have critical, actual location information. That's amazing.
Right.
That is incredible, isn't
And right.
it?
And
I mean, the champagne they must never stop mopping up all the champagne.
well, see, and then like, okay, so it says they have 100% ratings. Before it would say they had so many ratings. You know what I mean? They could have 100% ratings, but they may only have 2 ratings. So that's stupid too. So you got to go look at this.
Wow, you don't
company
have the number of
to see.
ratings? Well, there's no room to put it. Where would we put it?
Oh, look, Jay, they have 4 ratings. 4 ratings. See,
Wow.
that's just stupid.
Wow.
It's just
Okay.
stupid. If you're going to put up this, you might as well tell us if they're a carrier or not, or a broker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of shit just pisses
We're
me
gonna
off.
need you to just keep that opinion to yourself. Yeah, that'd be great. You know that meme? You know that guy, the guy with the suspenders from
Yes.
Office Space? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna need you to use this
Yeah.
new load board and not say anything negative. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really sad that they won't listen to us people who are using this every single day
Yeah.
to help us. If,
Yeah,
you know what I
we
mean?
talked to some actual dispatchers. We didn't listen to them. There's no need. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. So let's just go ahead and we need to push that technology out and watch the stock price grow up. Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah. That is just crazy.
Somebody's like, "Oh, thank God it's 1:30." These guys should have had that umbrella hook about an hour ago. like we're a couple vaudevillian rejects. Keeping the nightmare fresh. That could be the title of this show. I'll be working on that. It's interesting. I talk about, naming the show during the show, and then when I'm tweaking. Did you know last week's show turned out to be Big Broker Monkey Business? I was pretty proud of that because I've already done actual random VIP. I don't know. It's tough. There's just so much good stuff to choose from. I don't even know where to begin anymore. Silvermint's like, it's 1 hour away. Right. Why would you need to know that, Silvermint? Yeah. We're going to need you to just go ahead and pick that up. Yeah. That'd be great. But it's an hour away. Yeah. This is where you are. What's his name? Marvin with the stapler? Yeah. That'd be great. Okay, well, that's it. We got to wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Sue and the dispatch office, thank you. Thank you for your time today.
No problem.
We appreciate it. I still don't know. I don't know who's the unfortunate rookie that's going to have to go in and try and dismantle the bomb. Keep us posted on that, because I am so sorry.
I just sent an email to Abby to see about if she'll meet with me about this. We'll see what happens.
But what's the point?
The thing about it is, well,
it's already
I think
done.
I'm the only one complaining.
The marketing has already been posted.
Yeah, but
this is done. This is
things have, yeah.
This is a done deal.
I have higher hopes than that. So.
I know. I am like an uber pessimist.
I know.
Man.
I am hoping better than that from them, especially with as much money as they charge for all.
Yeah. I did. I had to get out of there. I was going crazy. There wasn't enough Kool-Aid anymore.
Yeah.
So, and everybody that joined us in the live chat, thank you so much for participating. Kyle, definitely, we have, it seems quite often, we have somebody who really helps drive an informational quest. So, Kyle, thanks for doing that.
Yep.
You had me at dual tandems.
Hi, this is Shannon.
Oh, good Lord.
Everybody that listens to the podcast, thank you so much. If you missed this show live, put it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you, whether you're answering one of the Larry questions late, maybe you've been to CARHENGE, or if you are checking to see if we're still available 1 week later, no problem. Or let us know what shipper was smarter than everybody else in auto transport. Love to know. Love to hear it. Let us know how we can help. And send us your emails. autotransportintel@gmail.com.
Yes.
Because if you spot another big broker getting bigger and just effing up the dispatching daily, we do want to know. Not that it'll matter.
If somebody could get me a name of a person, I'll gladly call that company and talk.
You know, we don't have a name for you, but we do have an email address, and there's a live chat. You can go ahead and get in the queue, and then when your number is up, you get hung up on. But other than that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
If you could just get in the live chat and wait to get hung up on, that would be great.
Yeah.
Go watch Office Space. Like
Yeah.
you have time. You're sitting in your truck with your boiling barbecue, trying to figure out how far away the next IAA is. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're going to make it or not.
That's
By
Auto
4:30.
Transport. That's right. It's Lucha Libre Auto Transport. Okay. Thank you so much. Say goodbye, Sue.
Goodbye, Sue.
Bye, Sue.